Welcome everyone to the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Today we're going to be discussing why Agatha all along should be all along in our memories any moment now. Right, we will also be discussing other things, movies. We are getting deep into Halloween season. There's all kinds of horror films coming out and stuff like this. I'm sure there's a bunch of other... What's that, Nick?
I don't care about any of the horror films coming out.
You don't care? Good. I'll just shit on whatever you're introducing. Right, it's all good. Now, right, and then there's some other stuff. Let's meet tonight's performers in a moment, but this is the end of the era, episode 158 of Geek Battle. The Geek Battle, as it is no more after tonight's show. There will be a new version probably 4.0 if I'm honest, beginning with next week's episode. So this is going to be the last one with these graphics, the last one with these technical issues. We're going to have all kinds of new technical issues next week, and we'll have fun. But we will definitely work out who is this week's Geek of the Week to end this era. But tonight on the show, let's meet them. Oh shit, it's Nick.
Hello, it's the one and only oh shit, it's me. Coming from the land of Virginia, I guess. The land of mountain snow and no fucking hurricanes.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, to all my friends and to any fans that we may have in Florida, please tell me, please be safe. And hurricanes suck.
They do,
indeed. I've been through many of them in my time.
Good.
When I lived in South Florida.
Nick, out of interest, this is good, but did you have a geek fact for us?
Maybe.
Good to know. Good.
No, I don't have one right now.
Oh dear, right, okay, so coming over, Capel Fave, say hello to the people. Well, we can't hear you at all, Cap. We can't hear you at all. Okay, so yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. This thing is good on the phone, but not on the computer.
Is that your geek fact? This is a great start, guys. Great start.
It's me, Cap. My geek fact for today is it's not going to be about Dante. This is going to be about the other guy, Darksiders, one of my favorite games, but apparently the series was, it's not going, but we did get a trailer or a teaser video this year, so who knows, something might happen. In the Darksiders universe, you get to play as the Horseman of the Apocalypse, and you get to play as War, you get to play as Death, and also the only sister Fury, but my favorite is this guy, because he has the baddest of lines, because one time the demon stole his horse, and he went back to get it, and the demon looks at the Horseman and says, you look quite small from up here. And then this badass delivers the line, you can look me in the eye when I kill you. And he chops his leg down and he kills him in the chest. He has the most baddest lines in the whole series. So that's my geek fact and even my recommendation.
Okay, well, a point and a half there then. Tim, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. I don't have a geek fact today, but did you know that if I got nothing.
Do you know what, Tim? You have the best audio out of anyone so far, so you get the point. It's all good. All good.
Thank you so much.
Right.
So anyone so far, Dave? You're still up, Dave. So
I know.
Don't discount yourself.
Dave.
He's going to use his sexy voice in the microphone now because you said that.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that, Cap.
Actually, Dave, yours is slightly better. Sorry, Tim. No, okay.
Hello to the people, I'm Dave MC here in Paris, France, and my geek fact, so on my YouTube channel, I've just finished recording Resident Evil. I'm happy that I played it, and I found out that it actually was ranked in the Guinness World Records of Gaming. It was ranked having the worst dialogue in gaming.
Not the one you played. Not the one you played. Dave.
Are we talking Resident Evil 6?
No. So what you're talking about, everyone's glitching on me already. StreamYard. Right, so What you're talking about, Dave, is Resident Evil 1 for the PS1, the PlayStation 1, not the remake. Has got I can quote some of these for you. Yeah, it has the character Barry, who you'll know, says to the character Jill, "Here, take a lockpick. You may need this as the master of unlocking." You know, and it's got stuff like that. Like, what's the master of unlocking? And then there's a room. There's a room.
Is that what?
Sorry.
Is it because of dubbing issues? Because I know Capcom.
Oh no, I can explain. I can explain it all. So bear with me, right? The second one that's famous again. It's our good friend Barry Burton. There's a room where Jill or Chris. There's a ceiling that when you pick up a shotgun, which is placed on a rack on a wall, you lift it and it releases a latch, and then the ceiling goes down to crush you. If you play as Jill, Barry rescues you, and he goes, "Whoa, you are almost a Jill sandwich." And it's like this horror film in this place with all these traps and zombies and monsters, and it's just got this really bad English. To give you the story on it, because if you didn't know this, it's fascinating, I would say, whether or not you're a fan of Resident Evil or not. The actors that they had in the original Resident Evil game, the intro cutscene and the end cutscenes are live action with real actors. It's not CGI. You get CGI in a couple of scenes, but it's actual live action actors. When they filmed it in Japan, only one of them could speak Japanese, and they were like American or other English like speaking language country from where they came from, and none of them knew what they were filming. So literally up until this year, it came out in 1996, but it has taken until 2024 for people on the internet to work out all of who the original actors were, get in touch with them, and they've just had a reunion where every time they find a new one, they're like, "I had no idea that I was in this famous video game thing." You know, and it's an amazing story. And so back then, they were given their dialogue, and it's just like, these are the lines, read them. And so where there'd be little conversations about, "Oh, should I say it this way?" Nope, they just read them. Dave?
It's just an important question, though. Do I still get the point?
No. Right, of course you do. Yes, of course you do. Right. It was about the other game. Yeah.
David, I want to point out one thing.
Go for it.
The only two people without points are, well, actually, I'm the one without a point.
Oh, wait, you didn't give us a fact, did you?
I don't have a point either.
Tim, you got a point. You got a point. I didn't take it away. Right, okay. Don't worry.
I thought it was taken away.
No, it's not taken away. Guys, you've all got a point. The only one without a point is me. I get it. Right, so...
No, you can take my point. You can take my point. I'm not getting consolation points. I want to earn my points.
Okay, good.
That's the way America do.
No, having good audio is definitely worth the points, guys. This is something we're going to do like a mic check before we go live going forward. It's one of the new protocols. We're going
Mike?
Everyone, yeah, exactly, right. Now, guys, let's do some hot takes, and then we'll get on to some fun and games. Dave?
I'd like to stay on the gaming front a little bit, because I've just seen, I saw today that they're doing a remaster. Has anyone here played any of the Legacy of Kain series? Or does anyone know of the Legacy of Kain series? So they're doing a remaster of the first two Soul Reaver games. They're not why they haven't done Blood Omen yet. I don't know, but they've done it now, like, because they're remastering a lot of these old games. So yeah, they're redoing Soul Reaver and Soul Reaver 2, and my thoughts to it though is, are they going to pick the series back up again? Are they going to actually finish the story? Because when Defiance came out, it was open-ended, but they said they had one in the works, but never came out. They tried to solo a story away from it. That never got past the demo. But are they going to pick the story back up again?
Probably not, is my suspicion. What I can add to this a little bit is, I've spoken about it a bunch of times on this. There's a classic, there's a modern console called an Evercade, and you just get little cartridges for it, and they're fully licensed games, but it's like games from yore. And so literally this collection, non-remastered versions, have just come out on the Evercade, and then the remastered versions are coming out onto other modern consoles. But I believe, along with Tomb Raider, because today they also announced the remastered Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6, because they earlier in the year they released Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. These were all owned and developed by Eidos Games, whatever it was called, Core Design, and I believe they were ones that were all picked up and bought by what I believe is known as the Embracer Group, which is some big, evil, sinister company that bought loads. They basically hostile take over loads of properties, as best as I understand it. Don't come after me if I'm wrong about that, Embracer. But they buy up loads of properties. They might even have a stake in the Lord of the Rings film rights at the moment, in fact. And it's the Gastro Nemesis suddenly appeared, right?
He runs the company.
There you go. But yeah, so I think that there's a good chance that the reason these came out is because, we've got the rights to this, we can re-release something that already exists. If it does well, then we'll get more. If it doesn't, this was just testing the waters.
I mean, from what I've seen on like some of the gameplay footage, especially because if you look at the original Soul Reaver, like PS1 Soul Reaver, you know, it's PS1 graphics. It's not the best. It's very blocky and such. But now it just seems they've added some shaders to it. They've upped the color a little bit in the games. But if they, like I said, this is just from like cursory views. I haven't had a proper in-depth look at what they've done. But I'm excited for that because Legacy of Kain is one of my favorite like classic games, and I've got them on Steam as well. Not the Evercade. I got the originals on Steam, but I still can't find a copy of Blood Omen, which is the first of the series.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, look, I'm just going to quickly tell you this here. Let's see. So Embracer Group. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to bring this up onto the screen just so you get a sense of what these guys done. They've just been buying up stuff. So, list of mergers and acquisitions by Embracer's Group has its own Wikipedia page. Over 12,000 people. Look, they bought THQ Nordic and all of their studios. Play On, and you go down.
They have Darksiders, and they have THQ.
Yeah, well, quite possibly. THQ was all split up into loads of places. But yeah, so
there you go, Cryptic Studios.
So you'll see all of these play this thing. So if one company has got all of these, right, it's just like, well, are they really thinking about doing sequels to some of these games, or are they just like, hey, we've bought all these things, let's find a way of re-releasing them and see what sticks?
Well, because they've just released.
Oh,
sorry, I was going to say because they've just released the Silent Hill 2 remastered as well, all redone. So yeah, I guess they're just remaking games at the moment.
Oh my god! If anyone remembers Croc Legend of the Gobbos from PS1 and Sega Saturn, that's getting a remake too. Everything old, like I've definitely said this on the show before. Like especially when I think I said it a week or two ago in regards to like The Simpsons. When The Simpsons first came out, I could quote all of the lines from most of the episodes. Because it was like, there's like 5 seasons of this. So that's still like 100 episodes. But it was manageable. You could know everything. But now there's just so much of everything that it's like, well, do you really need to keep making more? Or could you just keep re-showing the same stuff? Because by the time you've watched episode 600, you can go back to episode 1. And that was a long-ass time since you watched it. With video games, it's like, well, this video game from 1997 is actually, it holds up. Re-release it, it's going to be new to so many people, and so they'll just keep doing this cycle forever. Hence why, on the theme of Resident Evil, it's been rumoured for a couple of years, they might do Resident Evil remake, which will probably be the first time that they've remade a remake. But go on, Kat.
I don't think it's the first time.
Oh, probably not, Tim, yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
I think it's mainly because right now, video games and social media is the main market. Movies and TV shows, rarely the numbers are going very down for everything. The best thing that people mostly like globally, internationally, by everyone used by is video games and social media. And with video games, the thing is like there were a lot of good games with great stories because story is a big thing in video games now. but they just didn't have the good graphics or good sort of gameplay mechanics. But with now technology, they can like, hey, this is an awesome story. We're dumb. We can't write new good stories. We'll just add that story and put great mechanics on it. And that's how it works. And I'm happy for it. Although, don't push the graphics too much, okay? I can't keep on buying new PCs.
There you go. There you go. Other people have got their hands up. Who've got anything on this? Go on, Nick.
So going back to the Simpsons.
Yes.
2-year Simpsons comment. The Simpsons died about 11 years ago when they brought in Armin Tanzarian.
Oh, Nick, I wish it was 11 years ago. I bet that episode is over. I bet that's about 20 years old. Armin Tanzarian. Let's look it up.
Have you seen though? Well, while David's looking this up, that Bart has now turned 11.
Actually,
it was part of their finale for this current season that they've done. That Bart has turned 11, and they say, "Oh, it's the finale. It's the end." And it's not. You're going to keep the show going.
Do you know what? They could do another 30 years where Maggie is now a 2-year-old, and they have all different stories because she's 2, Lisa's 9, Bart's 11. But okay, so oh my god. Okay, so The Principal and the Pauper, September 28th, 1997. That's how old that episode is.
Should we just retitle this episode to 1997 Geek Battle?
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Look, hang on. So, Dave, you kind of bring up a little bit of a preview there. I don't mind saying, because we're so close to it. One of the things with the new formats and that is that there's going to be, like, theme discussions that we'll touch on within an episode. And one of it will be just that we look at individual years and stuff that came out in those years. So, we're jumping the gun. 1997 will be on the list, I'm sure.
I've ruined everything.
You already have the awesomest geeky thing from 1997. Me.
I don't know. I don't think you count. I don't think you count this from 1997.
I was a Christmas package.
Wait, so what date were you born? When was your birthday, Kat?
In December. I was born in December.
In December? Yeah, you definitely don't count as 1997.
I just had this mental, like, you know those old Christmas movies where you had the family Christmas tree and you had like the puppy in the little Christmas box. That's just Cap with a ribbon on his head. Here he is under the tree.
Hey Cap, Halloween costume this year.
It's going to be a variation of Dracula because Dracula, guys, I'm just Dracula.
You took my idea.
Hang on, Cap, since you mention it, look, I have my fake blood here. I'm going to be dressed as Dracula later tonight, so...
Oh!
Yeah.
So we can be brothers in blood?
We can be brothers? No. Right,
in blood.
Blood Brothers, yes, okay. Good musical. But no, I've got an event I'm doing and it's Halloween themed. So I've got, I don't know if I can even find the rest of it. It might be down here somewhere. But I've got like a cape, I've got all sorts. I don't have fangs because it's really hard to speak with fangs on. But yeah, I'll be full Count Dracula later.
Will it be like a take on the Boris Karloff film, but you'll be on the top of the stairs going, "I am Dracula," and because the state of your back right now is, just let me get into the stair lift. Just Dracula down the stair lift.
Did Boris Karloff play Dracula? I think he played Frankenstein monster.
Bela Lugosi. I get them confused.
Yeah.
I had a whole film about these classic movie monsters, and I watched it so much, and I still keep getting them mixed up.
What was the film?
It was Dracula, and I was thinking Dracula, where he's at the top of the stairs.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And when he's standing ready for "I'm Dracula," and just because of the state of your back, I was saying, "Oh, you get on the stair lift." And you just go, "I'm coming, Renfield. Just give me a minute." It only goes 2 miles an hour.
Okay, Cap.
Speaking of, like Dave mentioned Dracula, right? Recently I saw the film Trick or Treat, which is a 2000 film about classic Halloween monsters along with the Halloween spirit and stuff, which is a lot of fun and has a cult following. Why haven't they done classic monster films recently? Good ones, I mean, not the cheap horror ones like Peter and stuff.
They tried with the Dark Universe, right? And it just didn't take off.
Yeah, but they weren't technically like horror films. They were more like, you know, it was Dracula Untold. They were the Dark Avengers with the Dracula and like these monsters. And Nick Fury was Russell Crowe. So
well, yeah, but
that was
so,
not.
that was Universal. They're the ones that, even though these characters are public domain, they're the ones that are like the main ones known for these films. And when they tried that and the experiment didn't work, it's gone dormant again. So anyone else could do it, but people
at that point, you have to
were
ask, what can you do with it now that hasn't been done already? You know, because we've had so many. We've had a lot of Dracula stories. We've had a lot of Frankenstein and werewolves and invisible people. We've had all of those, but what can they do now with horror films that they haven't done already?
Oh, I've got
Everything's
the answer to
generic.
that. Okay.
Everything is generic at this point.
Put Dracula in a spaceship.
Guys, right.
They did that with Jason.
Yeah. Werewolves in space. Imagine, oh my god, they should be a werewolf thing. We're going back to the moon. And they land on it. It's one small step. Uh-oh. There's a story I haven't told you guys. And he starts to transform, and there's a werewolf on the moon.
Yeah, but the whole thing with the werewolf transformation is you rip off the clothes, right?
Yeah.
So if you're wearing a spacesuit, the skull of the werewolf is going to go there, cracked glass, rip thing.
Did you say silver bullet? Did you say silver bullet? I
didn't say silver bullet.
I don't think so, Belfast.
Because have you fired a gun on the moon? The bullet will either go like this, or it'll go like this.
Exactly. So it means he doesn't even need to breathe on the moon. They can't shoot him. They would be powerless. I'm making this film. It's happening.
Yeah, but the werewolf would be killed. The spacesuit would rip.
Well, fine. I just won't cast you in it then.
And his head would explode.
Okay, Tim, do you want to be the werewolf or the lead astronaut? We've got to cast this thing. Dave's out.
May I be the werewolf?
Yes. Okay, Nick. Werewolf's gone. Who would you like to be?
Can I be Tim's alter ego, Jim?
I like it. So he's got this whole sort of split personality thing going on, and you
Exactly.
and so Nick, just like in real life, you'll be this apparition that only Tim can see.
What? No one
Cap.
else can see me?
Cap, you're going to play Count Dracula. We'll figure out the logic of how you fit into this. Dave,
Thank you.
you can still get on board this ship with us.
Like, read my
No one
mind.
can see me? What the hell?
Is it because I'm too pessimistic about the idea?
Yes.
What?
But I would say monster movies, like, even with the old monster movies, right there, like, most people don't watch the old movies, don't even know, like, the original book of Dracula. The recent thing they only know is the Gary Oldman film, and that wasn't even a good adaptation of the book. It's okay. What I'm trying to say is
You're
that
wrong. Second of all, I hate
he has
you.
Keanu Reeves doing a British accent, okay? Just enough. I like Keanu Reeves, I'm not going to forget that one.
All I have to say about Keanu Reeves is Point Break 1992.
That's the only Keanu Reeves thing you like?
In my life.
Wait, Nick, are you saying you don't like any Keanu Reeves movie?
No, I don't like Point Break. I love everything else he's done.
What? Point Break's amazing.
I'll tell you what, Nick. I haven't seen the film, so I'll go and watch it, and then I'll see if I agree with you.
Okay.
You'll agree with me on how terrible it is. And
Oh,
then
you gotta love
you'll
Point
be mad
Break.
at me for watching it.
Isn't that Val Kilmer as well in Point Break?
No, it's Patrick Swayze.
What am I thinking of?
And,
Heat.
Maybe.
who else is in Point Break?
Val Kilmer plays a gangster in Heat,
Uh,
and they rob a bank.
Also, guys, speaking of
Ah.
like classical monsters and things, right? The Lovecraftian horror stuff. I know there was a series recently, which was okay, pretty good as well. So there are great ideas you can follow up on, and like other than seeing another ghost, another demon, it's a guy with a big knife. Bring back the classic monsters. They're much more fun.
Okay, so guys, I've spoke about this on the show recently. I would say it's not even necessarily scary like jump scare, but horror definitely is back if you ever see the film The Substance. I saw that film a few weeks ago and it is awesome.
I have to see it.
Oh my god.
Substance.
The Substance, like, like, I might have discussed it a couple of weeks ago. I can't even really remember. The trailer does it zero justice. The trailer, I would have never have gone to see it, but I saw it as one of these mystery ticket films, right? And I had no idea what I was getting into going in there, and it was just the most unbelievable film. Like, I couldn't believe what they did with it.
Because it has not come to DVD yet, so I'm thinking it's doing well.
Oh yeah. Like, it's only just come out, so, but yeah, so The Substance is an awesome film.
I've been looking out for that one since you gave us your introduction to it, so I've been looking forward to that.
Hang on, Cap. So, Tim, you got a bounce?
Yeah, sorry about that. I got an appointment. Thank you so much for this, and David, I'm looking forward to the new format next, whenever.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, Tim. See you soon.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Later,
See you, Tim.
Do I get his geek points?
Yes, you can. Now, Cap, what were you saying?
I've actually been looking forward to that film. I think the trailer is not that bad.
What,
it
The
doesn't
Substance?
give you an idea. Yeah, no, the film you said, Substance, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the idea that all that you just said when you gave the explanation about the film, but the trailer wasn't that bad, actually.
The trailer, I wasn't going to go see it at all. Like, the trailer was only a little bit away from Barbie for me. It was just like, oh, glamour model sort of thing. I was like, what is this? Like, and so when I sat there and that's what came up on the screen, I was like, oh no, gosh, shit, we're dropping like flies here. Right,
Well, on that, no, I'm joking.
yeah, Dave, you can have Nick's points. Right.
Yay!
Why him?
Well, it's just going around in the circle, Cap. They'll be yours
Because
too.
my name is David.
That's true. Okay, so guys, what other hot takes and stuff do we have?
Lord of the Rings, I hope it stays dead, but it's coming for another season.
You mean about Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the less we know about that, the better.
Do you know? Well, let's discuss it, guys.
Go on then.
Right.
Go on.
So I have actually finished watching like both seasons of it, and one of the things that I've really gone quite deep into Lord of the Rings in the last couple of weeks with this all, just because I've been going back to the books and trying to work out how far off everything is, and like it's so, everything is so wrong. So if you haven't seen it, this is only a minor spoiler, but like the whole first season had got this weird love story going on between Galadriel and Halbrand, and you know who Halbrand is, right? Am I cool to give the spoilers? So Halbrand,
You are more than fucking welcome.
yeah, Halbrand turns out.
Like, any 2-year-old will figure out who Halbrand is because
Exactly.
of all that.
So
all this staring.
Halbrand turns out to be Sauron, and so Galadriel has been in love with her mortal enemy, sort of thing. Season 2.
Galadriel's been in love with you, David?
Absolutely. Right, so, Season 2, towards
Looks
the end,
terrible.
Season 2, towards the end, literally has Elrond kiss Galadriel. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I went back to my history. Elrond marries... yeah, hang on. Elrond marries the daughter of Galadriel in Tolkien's history. And and so they're not meant to be anywhere close in age. And it's like, so you're amalgamating Galadriel with who her daughter will be. So you're probably not planning to introduce that as a character. And so everything's messed up because Elrond is the father of Arwen. Oh, here comes Dev, right? But it's just like, they have so for the idea that they could keep making this, because look, they could make another like year to show how all of the Rings of Power are created, and you could push that to like a season 4 to show then the war where Isildur gets the ring from Sauron, and so you could stretch that whole story out over 4 years, and at that point they could then say, well, we've got the rights, we're going to make our version of The Hobbit. They could do that. However, they've painted themselves into a corner if they're suddenly saying that Arwen is going to be the daughter of Elrond and Galadriel. Yeah, they've broken like canon, like, and the other one, if you didn't know, the stranger they finally reveal is Gandalf, right?
Gandalf was not in Middle Earth when Sauron was active.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why he's been running in the desert, doing something.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, Nick.
Gandalf.
Hang on, we've gained a dev, but we're losing a Nick. Everyone is dropping like flies, but we are gaining some back. So there goes Nick.
So that means we change it to oh shit, it's dev.
Hang on. Cap, you now get Nick's points. Right.
What?
So, I said it'll go around. Dev, how are you doing?
I'm getting guys woke up.
My wake-up call worked.
I was literally summoned, so.
Yeah, but no, Gandalf didn't arrive until Sauron was defeated, and this was after the rings were created. All the 5 wizards were sent to Middle Earth after Sauron's first defeat by Isildur.
Yeah.
Because what's it called? The region beyond Middle Earth. They sent the 5 wizards.
Yeah.
The Undying Lands. They sent the wizards there to deal with Sauron. The only like, why would you put Gandalf there? He's not there.
The reason they've done it. Go on, Cap.
You know the funniest thing about this? So here's the thing: when The Rings of Power came out, right? It didn't even have the tagline "Lord of the Rings." It didn't.
Did it not?
Rings of Power.
Okay.
It did not. Okay, it just had Rings of Power. It was, bombed really bad. Right now, you can look at the stream and go, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. They desperately want the IP, but they're basically doing their own thing with characters' names that they don't even care about. Why not just do another fantasy show, guys? Go crazy, go wild.
See,
IP,
okay.
I would say this IP is not giving you marketing. This is actually making your product even worse because you're not connected at all.
Cap, and on that, I need to go on a massive rant because that is my specialist pet peeve.
Go on, Dev.
Okay, so these people, get these IPs, fight for these IPs, fight for the right to make these IPs, thinking, oh, I can make this IP better than it was. Better than the creator. So I'm going to take this and make my own thing. Because my idea by itself wouldn't have any credibility, but with this IP, I'll give views.
Yeah.
Cough the acolyte, cough.
Yeah, cough the acolyte. Cough the new Harry Potter. Cough Halo.
Yes, cough the Witcher. Cough the Witcher.
But going on what you were saying, David, like with Rings of Power, they could have had a really great thing. Like you had the first war with Sauron where he was defeated, and have Rings of Power be right. This is my scheme. When they said, "Oh, Sauron's arriving back in Middle Earth," fine. Have him. Don't have him revealed. Have him appear as he did, which was the Lord of Gifts. He learned from Celebrimbor how to make the rings.
Yeah.
Oh, he taught. Celebrimbor taught him that, and then he built the ring, the One Ring in secret.
Yeah.
And then at the end of season 2, it's revealed, oh shit, what have we done?
It's Nick.
Have I done?
Oh shit, it's Nick!
Nick is Sauron! Nick is Sauron!
Yeah. You know what? That would have been better than the actual show.
Okay, but so here's the thing. Here's the thing. They've muddled up the order of the rings being made as well. The idea is that the Elven rings were, non-corrupted, which I think they kind of said is true, but they literally show that Sauron takes the material, the mithril in his hand, and he's just sort of hesitating as if it's like, oh, what's he doing? Something mystical to it. And he puts it in, so it's like they're under manipulation. The dwarf rings are then made under manipulation. And there's just so much which is so far out that they literally, if they wanted to really do a good show, if they wanted to tell the story of Sauron, they should have gone back even further. Well, if they don't have the Silmarillion, Silmarillion. But, so fair enough. But the idea of Halbrand doesn't exist. If they had just introduced a character, as you say, the Lord of Gifts, Anatar, and he's coming in, then it would have stuck to canon. When they have, the problem they've got, well, guys, give me 30 seconds here. I can see everyone's chomping at the bit. Give me 30 seconds, right? So they have the rights to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. And so everything that they're doing here is just based on the appendices. And the appendices tell the same story that you find out fleshed out in the Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales. And the story that they've got, it's like, if this is the full story, these fingers, but the appendices only include, say, these gaps, and there are these gaps that they don't have, then these facts should stay 100% true, and then they should just bridge the gaps with their own narrative that suddenly would still make sense. Because if they're not allowed to literally tell the story as it's told in something they don't have the rights to, keep what you do have the rights to the same as what you bought. Right, go on and Cap, then Dave.
Exactly what you said was done in the game, the Shadow of Mordor game. Basically, they took one concept, okay, one simple concept. They took Calibrimbo and say, hey, what if there was like a huge, because like in the story-wise goes, right, Sauron learns how to make the rings, and then he butchers Calibrimbo, and he's like hung on a pole as like a warning. So they thought, oh, okay, this character did not have that much story in the original. Maybe we can create a rivalry. In the games, what they did is that Calibrimbo was betrayed by Sauron and it was murdered brutally. But instead of dying, he became a wraith. And he was like running around in the Mordor, like planning to kill Sauron for some reason. And there goes a ranger called Talion. His ghost gets bonded to him. Hey, you have a copy of Aragon, but much better with cool ghost powers, and you get to be this entity.
Let me just quickly say, so what I don't like is like, I feel that even though they did that in the game, to me that's the same as what Rings of Power have done, because with Halbrand, there was the whole thing of, oh, you are from the Southlands, you must be the king. They do have a king. And it's literally, they copied Aragorn. It's like they've already done this.
David, this new guy is not royalty. He's just a ranger from the Black Cave who got brutally murdered by Sauron's thugs. Okay? He has nothing to do with it. He just wants to die, in a sense. He's not important. He's just known as a wraith that haunts Mordor. He doesn't even come out to Gondor or stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's a possessed ghost that runs around killing orcs. That was the simplest concept that they had. But it worked really well because, like, they didn't mess with any of their actual stories. You know, they closed the story. They made Calibrimbo finally face Sauron. And again, Sauron is a big badass. So he absorbed him.
Yeah.
That's how they ended the story. Like, and Talion, the guy who's, like, possessed by Calibrimbo, now after the body, he had to keep the fighting. He became a ring wraith. Became one of the Nazguls. And they only found peace after the Mordor, you know, the Lord of the Rings movie.
What game is this Shadow of Mordor?
That was Shadow of War, the sequel, where he became a ring wraith.
Okay.
Yeah, he became the ring wraith. Although his whole betrayal thing.
That was a whole.
Yeah.
What the
It
fuck?
could have been great though. It could have been great tragedy, but instead they made him die by some chick with an elf. And I was like, yeah, no. That was the only thing I didn't like. But again, by story-wise, it's so good. And again, it was a very simple concept. They did not go beyond anything. They just like, we'll keep Mordor, we'll keep Calibrimbo, and this new guy, he goes around haunting orcs.
Yeah.
Good story.
Yeah,
I still love, they dropped bits of lore on, like, when you find carvings, you get Gollum. He appears because, like, he's a ring wraith and he's attracted to ring wraiths for some reason. They're just fun cameos, and they just left out
you get Gollum. Wait,
Mordor.
At the same time as Calibrimbo?
Yes.
Yeah, but the Calibrimbo
in time-wise context, it takes place after Sauron's defeat in Mordor. So the ring is out in the Anduin River. It's out there.
But you wouldn't have Gollum for so long.
Oh no, maybe I'm wrong with the time period.
Because the idea is that after Isildur loses the ring, it's then sort of forgotten about, comes to legend until it's found by.
My mistake. It actually it takes place after when the ring is in the Shire or the ring is with Bilbo, because Gollum is in Mordor looking for the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this is where the fall of Minas Tirith, or I can't pronounce any of the words, but like that.
Minas Morgul.
Yeah, that timeline. Go, Dave.
I was going to say, I'll go on David's point where he was talking about the time on Rings of Power, is that they're saying about the corruption and that. So the rings were corrupted. It's just that elves were not. They were more difficult to corrupt. Dwarves were. Yeah, dwarves were somewhat more difficult because their minds were only fixated on gold, and it did kind of work with was it Thrain or Thror? Thror, the king of Erebor, in his dragon sickness. But the men's hearts were easily corruptible. That's how it all worked. But having said, oh, Sauron, he didn't do it. He was doing a terrible job at it. Well, he knew what he was doing, but he just couldn't corrupt everyone as easily as he could with men.
Mm.
But guys, instead of having this kind of a huge thing, what if like Amazon did the Adventures of Legolas or the Adventures of Aragorn before the movies took place?
They did a game about that. It was the Adventures of Aragorn. They did a game about it. There was a game where Aragorn was the protagonist, and it was before he was. You see Gandalf in the beginning, and he tells Aragorn, right, there's these hobbits arriving, but first I want you to go and do this.
I think... Okay. You go on, Dad.
So, I know a way to print money.
Yeah, don't say this on the stream. Don't say it on the stream. Talk to us after.
No. No, this one's kind of legal.
Okay.
Okay.
You make a show about elves, and you include a subplot of how some of the originals were corrupted into orcs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But now orcs have families. They're their own thing now.
Yeah. And then you have the subplot of like an elf remembers who an orc used to be and tries to rehabilitate him. It's like, I don't care if you're corrupted, I will still look after you. You're still part of this family. And like the inter machinations of racism within the elf community after the orcs reintegrate into society.
I think there are certain things where you have to absolutely just turn a blindness to it for some of these things in film and geek stuff to work. So, how the classic example is, well, how come the Incredibles Hulk's pants grow as well with him? It's like, because it needs to, right? And it's like, and if you start saying, well, where do baby orcs come from? Then suddenly you start imagining that there's a mother orc and she's nursing it, breastfeeding, and it's like, all of a sudden, you could view these not just as these dangerous creatures anymore. And it's like, sometimes things just have to be simple without you questioning it.
No, Dave, I think you can do that because World of Warcraft did that. But they were still, you can still use them as
when
enemies.
you play World of Warcraft, you have that scene where you have to mash the buttons as the baby's breastfeeding from the mother.
No, it's kind of like a GTA 5 scenario, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, you can do those stories. I don't think you can. Again, the more you limit yourself, it's more harder for you to make good stories out of. Like, if you want to create corrupted orcs that can come back, you can say, hey, they're still the people who are trying to kill you, right? You don't have to feel bad about where this mama orc came from. She's trying to bite your neck off.
Yeah.
So that's still
because Cap and I had a discussion, this was a few months ago, we had a discussion on what makes good villains. And I don't think we covered this, Cap, when we said it, but I think what they need to stop doing with the creatures like orcs and creatures of evil and that, don't humanize them. Don't give like you said, David, make things evil for the sake of being evil. You know, and like the storm, like you don't need to know about stormtroopers in Star Wars, and yet I still cheer when they get shot. You know, it's like yay!
Although, Dave, when we first got the sequel trailer, when we see Poe or I forgot Finn, when he just removed the helmet, we all went, shit! It's going to be about
We went,
the
oh
story."
shit, it's Nick!
Let me please edit a trailer together
Yeah, I was
with
literally
Nick.
thinking the same
That's
thing.
that.
Just
Let
every
me do it.
reveal is Nick.
Please let me do it.
Go ahead. I was about to
Nobody
say the
tell him,
same.
but I will go and do that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think there is a good room for good storytelling in that, but again, what I'm saying is I'm perfectly fine with making imaginary creatures so you can beat up. That's just fun. You get random enemies on games. You have to mow down them because, like, otherwise you can't have a fun game. What I'm saying is, like, you can have those stories, but you have to really do them well, and also bring them on in games. I'm gonna bring up Shadow of Mordor again. You get an orc ally called Radgag, okay? He's an orc. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to be warboss, okay? That's what he wants. He's only helping you because he wants to be a warboss. Yes, he's very friendly. He calls you flesh bag. It's fun. It works. Go with that.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Dev, you, I believe, had something to add to this.
Yeah, so the reason they always humanize villains, because Disney has this thing of like, it worked once, let's do it again, it's not until it stops working.
Yeah.
Because Loki.
Well, not because of Loki, even. They were doing it with, what was the Disney one?
Maleficent, but...
No,
Maleficent.
before Cruella.
Maleficent.
Maleficent, whatever, I can't
Yeah,
say.
but
Magnificent.
still, compare Maleficent, compare Cruella to Loki.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When they did live action remakes, one of the successful ones still made the bad guy, but kind of okay bad guy, Shere Khan. He was the bad guy. But, like, he had a very good reason for it, because, like, men kills him with fire. And he's a titan, like, fuck, he's in the jungle, he's gonna kill us. He has a very sympathetic good reason, but he was still the bad guy.
I mean, you think of, like, the two General Zods. The first one is literally kneel before Zod, and that's all he wants. He just wants to dominate. The second one is like, you know, he kills people, and he's like, I am trying to stop them because they've let my world into destruction. I am trying to save it. And it's like, oh, he has a point. And then Thanos is like, Titan was destroyed because there was too many people. Now there will be no hungry bellies. Click. Right, go on, Dev.
Yeah, speaking of Thanos, I'm glad you brought him up. Because in the movies, he's a good guy. In the comic, he's like, I just want to get laid.
Yeah.
He wants to get laid.
It literally is that.
That isn't just a good guy, it's just a guy.
Yeah, it's like, I fun fact, he's the reason Deadpool's unkillable. Because he's jealous and he doesn't want Death to, like, date Deadpool when he's dead. So he made him immortal.
Wow.
Yeah. But like, even in that, guys, right? There's a fun villain that we forgot. Dark Knight Joker. He's an irredeemable villain, but we like him because he's interesting.
Yeah.
You can do good villains without making them sympathetic. Just make them interesting.
Oh, we won't get on to Joker 2 for the moment then. Dev.
Oh, I was gonna do a slight spoiler joke about why he's redeemable.
Yeah, go for it.
He kills Arthur Fleck.
Well, careful, we're getting into spoiler territory. Right, okay. So there's...
Yeah, but that's not...
I missed that.
It's good that you missed it. It's good that you missed it.
It's okay that you missed it.
Oh, okay. Well, good that I missed Joker or good that I missed the joke?
Yes.
Both. Right. It's the best thing that you missed at Joker 2, right? It's amazing how much that's bombed. Like, it's a weird thing with Joker 2. I think the hate it's getting is slightly unjustified at the level.
It has become Morbius.
I didn't think it was it was a better movie than Morbius in my opinion. I thought it was better acted, better edited. The songs are pointless and the story choices are a bit baffling, but I didn't think it was the worst thing to getting the hate it is getting. Dev.
Okay, so I'm hearing a rumor that the director made it bad on purpose.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Why?
He hates James Gunn.
He hates James Gunn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I hate James Gunn.
There are
too.
easier ways to do this.
So he bombed the movie on purpose. He made it musical and like denied it was a musical for the entire thing.
Well, do you know, I heard that
back-
Joaquin Phoenix actually had a dream that Joker 2 would be a musical, and that's what they went with.
What is this thing that everyone's having? Of like, I dreamed about this scene happening in that, but I wanted to put the unicorns in and the sausage rolls, but no, they just wouldn't let the studio wouldn't have it.
You can believe that Joaquin Phoenix, though, he's this weird guy, that he would be like,
To be fair, he was in a cult.
well, I'm sure he was. What's the story on that? Was it?
Okay,
Is
so his
this
family
because
was in a
like his
cult.
brother was named like River and his sister's called like Rainbow and shit like this?
No. His entire family was in a cult, and like when he grew up, he left.
Is that how the brother bear came about? He dreamed about turning into a bear.
Wow.
Possibly.
Brother Bear is such a good.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
It's like against Deadpool. Sorry,
Yeah.
Soldier.
Okay, so what else we got to discuss, guys? What have we seen about? What have we got on our minds? What's this? Go on, Dev.
Well, the new Dragon Ball came out today. Both the game and the series came out today.
Yeah.
And it's the most... okay, so it's the original writer's final show, where before he passed away, where they all get turned into kids because of a new villain. And they have to basically try and like regain their age and stuff.
Wow.
Didn't they do that already in GT?
Yeah, they did. But because GT was really badly lauded, they want to redo it in a good way.
Okay, and is this something you've? Is it? What is this? Is it series? What is it? Have you seen it?
It's a series. Yeah, it's a series. It's the final series of the from the original writer.
Okay, so have you seen it, or have you seen an episode?
I've seen trailers and stuff.
Oh, okay,
and,
trailers.
like it comes out today, so I'm gonna go check it out today.
Yeah,
but also
I might check it out. I don't know. Because it's Sparking Zero is the new game, isn't it?
Sparking Zero is the new game, and that's the highest rated Dragon Ball Z game in history. It's got 9 across the board.
I have a couple of Dragon Ball Z games, but it's never been one of. It's kind of a tiny bit after my era to have really got involved in that one. Go on, Cap.
This is not going to be about Dragon Ball. This is going to be about a game that came out probably 5 or 10 years ago. Mass Effect. I finished Mass Effect 2, and now I'm on Mass Effect 3. And better graphics.
I'm so sorry.
Better graphics and better hair. I mean, like, you can actually see the hair and also better outfit on the ship. There were some mods to make him Leon, though, although the game version that I got was such old, the modding is very difficult to do. But it is available now. We can do Leon's hair on it if we had the Legendary Edition. I have to say, with Mass Effect, story-wise, I love it. It's so good. Story-wise, it's so good. Leon's hair, yes, baby.
Fucking hell.
Leon's hair. And this game really wants you to bang an alien, which I've avoided so far. Okay.
Okay.
Really good. Yeah?
Yeah, I know. You messaged me about it.
Yeah. This game wants you to bang an alien, but in Mass Effect 2 they give you a good girl, so it's a human girl, so your choices are good. But the one thing is bugging me is that, like, they keep changing the crew. And it bugs me, because, like, I keep liking these characters, and boom, they're gone the next game. Oh, you can go get some of them, but you can't gather all of them. Ah, come on, guys, I love these guys. Keep them back.
Have you properly started Mass Effect 3 yet?
I've gotten Garrus back, and also the blue, what's her name, the doctor back. But, like, Morden is gone, Miranda's not in the ship. Recently saw Jack, and she had blossomed. In the first one, the second one. But like, I actually did read that Miranda and other characters are going to be a part of your ship. Dr. Kelly is not in the ship, so I like the old characters. Make me at least choose my own squad mates. This can't really happen because the game has ended now, but I wanted that.
I think what I'll say for the story of Mass Effect 3 is it's a very mixed bag. Like, the first two stories are somewhat connected, but it's how they end. It's kind of like when they did, I think it was Halo 5, like one of the later Halos, when they just sort of like crammed a story together and said, there's a Halo game, go. Because, but I personally think Mass Effect 3's story is a lot weaker than, say, the first one and the second one. But that's just my opinion.
So far, right, I'm still in the beginning, so like I can't give you a full review right now. But the start of the urgency, I kind of liked it, where you get like, I've been telling you all about the Reapers. Now you see it, though. And they do give you a good enough sad on it, but I feel like it could be you can do another game before the whole Reapers came in. I just felt like that.
I don't know Mass Effect personally. Like, I know that.
You don't know anything that happened in the 2000s.
No, right. I kind of skipped this whole thing, but no, like I know that the third one, like people weren't satisfied because this is the one where you have like branching stories and it's all going to build to something, and then I know that people were disappointed with what the
Andromeda.
Well, with whatever the third one or whatever came next, that things didn't really pay off in the way that people were hoping. They thought it was going to be a lot more intricate.
BioWare? Is BioWare still active? Are they still doing Mass Effect games? Or
BioWare is still active, as far as I'm aware, because Star Wars: The Old Republic, a game I'm still playing at the moment, they're still making stuff for that.
Okay. So they're still around. I thought maybe like third game and Andromeda was a giant failure. Maybe they went to THQ side, or they just disappeared. Because like you don't hear Mass Effect news anymore. I know the Legendary Edition came out. That was only the big news. Other than that, it's super old.
Yeah, it's interesting just in terms that there's so many games that have been like really huge, and it feels like they reach a point where it's like, oh, that's the end of a trilogy or something like that, and then they just stop, and when they stop, they really go away. Like, I guess like Uncharted was this massive thing, and when was the last Uncharted game? It's like it was many years ago, and like I think especially with like PlayStation stuff, like because they have got all of these big story-driven stuff. What else they had? Like I've mentioned a bunch of times on the show, Resistance, Killzone. I'm trying to think. God of War. Obviously, God of War has come back as this sort of different
return.
Yeah, different version.
Assassin's Creed. I'd say Assassin's Creed.
Isn't there a new Assassin's Creed though?
Creed's like
Pardon?
sad.
There's a new Assassin's Creed, isn't there?
Yeah.
last year?
No, there's one. I think it was last year. Mirage was last year, and then they're coming out with another one that's set in Japan. I think.
I think the most.
That thing is not going to get made.
Wow.
No,
because it's not going to get made.
It's not going to break even. I think.
Okay.
So do you know why?
Is it because it's shit?
Okay, it's shit, and they're using the Legend of Assadie to like justify using a African American as a samurai instead of a Japanese person. But then it turns out the Legend of Yasuke was fan fiction made up 20 years ago.
Oh. So has that not had a good reception, I'm guessing?
Yeah, no.
Wait.
Well, because Assassin's Creed...
Wait, there is a real historical event about a
No.
samurai.
It was made up. And like someone made an elaborate fan fiction and made everyone believe it for like 20 years.
Wow.
Well, that's like Assassin's Creed takes some creative liberties with its storytelling, but
like
to take a fan fiction
time travel thing.
Yes. But to do that's just insanity.
Yeah.
But with Assassin's Creed, like I've not enjoyed an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I did play Unity, which is kind of like Syndicate was shit. I hated it. Then the other games, they were not Assassin's Creed anymore. But I did hear Bayek was a very good protagonist. But when I looked at the trailer, like even the fighting and everything, it changed. Like it's not Assassin's Creed for anymore. That's why like I step away and we got Assassin's Creed 300, Assassin's Creed 5.
With that one, with Odyssey, I enjoy it as if it didn't have Assassin's Creed on the name, I would enjoy it. But it does. and I struggle to, especially with Odyssey, I struggle to see the connection to the Assassin's Creed world. You know, it's almost like it's shoehorned in. You know, it's like, oh, we've had the Battle of Leonidas, and we've had, but here's the first secret society. Here's the first, Alexios and Cassandra. They're the first assassins. No, they're not.
Okay, so in terms of the main series, the years they've come out, they've been most every couple of years. So Assassin's Creed 1 was 2007. 2 was 2009, then 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it skipped a year to 17, then 18, then 20, then 23. So this has been one that they've kept fairly consistent. But obviously...
I'm telling you, the reason why it doesn't feel consistent is, like, it's one of the, like, again, it's a 2000s thing, it captured, it was like this big thing, Assassin's Creed, when it came out, and it kept going for the whole games where everyone's minds were blown as one each came out.
So how do you keep something like this fresh? That's the problem. Like
you can't. Assassin's Creed is one of those games where it's got a formula. Like from the first one until maybe I would say kind of the third one.
Yeah.
It's got that formula of you stealth aspect, the whole stealth aspect. In 4, in Black Flag, you're at sea. And then the assassin aspect is lost from Black Flag onwards. It's kind of lost what it has. And when they try to adapt a new formula to make it action orientated or make it stealthy and action, they're trying to turn Assassin's Creed into a game that it's not.
Yeah.
And also the story sucks.
Okay.
The story and the character sucks after Black Flag. They always had very strong leads.
Bear with. So, Dev, I'll come to you, and then I have a question to pose to you guys. Go on. Dev.
Okay, so what Assassin's Creed was doing right was they adapted the Doc 2 formula of every game follows a different person. However, here's the issue with stealth games, right? Right now, Dave, you have to understand the new generation of the gamers are because of TikTok and stuff like that, are ADHD as fuck. None of the gamers have patience for stealth. That's why they had to adapt and change it over to action.
I mean,
yeah, but good action. Give me good action. The action sucks.
You know,
I love action games.
I think that's a fair point. Like I've said something similar, a few weeks back when we discussed about Resident Evils. It's like the first one is what they'd call survival horror. Then the second one becomes more action, and the third one goes really action. And then there's something like, oh, well, let's dial it back to be more horror. And so then Resident Evil 4 was very action, but horror. But then with 5, it was, well, let's get rid of the horror and have all action. Then 6 was absolutely action. And then when they get to 7, it's like, well, let's go back to the horror. And it's like, all of these things, they're just like, we need to make things more...
Even in 6, you get horror stuff. You get, the spider chick.
Horror stuff? Not horror.
Yeah, horror stuff. Matt, you should put that on the poster. Contains horror stuff.
I've just found the tag for when I play Resi 6.
Doctor Strange was scarier than... Doctor Strange 2 was scarier than Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, but even with that stuff, when you said, they're trying to appeal to the new audience, right? See the successful games that come out. Red Dead Redemption had a very long story where you just can't go, oh, who's the rabbit, who's the fight, who's the next thing? They didn't give any shit.
Yeah, but kids aren't playing that. Adults are. It's an adult game. Resident Evil, Assassin's Creed, is a kid's game.
It's still PG-13. They don't have sex in it, so it's still PG-13.
No, but the target audience is adults, not kids.
Yeah.
I don't see kids playing Red Dead Redemption.
You haven't been online.
I have. They're all on GTA.
That's why I'm on my own server, Dev.
They're all on GTA. No, Red Dead is safe. They're all on GTA.
They are all on
Okay,
GTA.
Also take GTA, right? GTA is also a very story-driven game. It does have your ADHD version.
No, the online mode everyone is on is completely ADHD.
Oh, you mean the multiplayer? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
nobody plays the story. Look up the stats for the trophies, nobody actually plays the story.
I still think it's a bit hard to say no to story games because like if you go to like even selling games that have sold a lot of things, maybe mobile games, you're right on that one.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Well, to be fair, Cap, you were lucky. You were on the cusp of like before the you were on the cusp just before the TikTok generation. Like the TikTok generation right now, your attention span is like a squirrel on Red Bull.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and David, I don't know if you would agree with me on this. Is I was listening to maybe you all agree on this, but I was watching somebody talk. So it was a quick video about how people from like the 90s and that have experienced the best time of gaming because we've had the almost I'd say privilege but not privilege of watching gaming evolve, like seeing everything change. Whereas nowadays, people will see, oh, there's Baldur's Gate 3, here's the newest Assassin's Creed, here's the new Call of Duty, look at these amazing graphics, look at how fast our PCs can run. But we had that sort of time period of seeing, your console, you plug it into the wall, you're trying to put the SCART leads in and choose the channel where it works, and watching games go from little pixels to what they are now. So I think we've had the best sort of time with gaming. If you're looking from not stories perspective, but from actual gaming.
Do you know what? I would somewhat agree with you because just going from pixels, like you say, to like 3D graphics, no one will experience like from the new generation that sense of, oh my god, the difference of these characters moving in 3D. Like I guess when suddenly you could have VR, that was a thing. However, that being said, guys, I'm sure you've seen about it in the news as well. I think this is the next evolution in video games, where it becomes the real world, because we've got honest-to-God robots now. Have you seen about this?
That's what yes, I saw this. I spoke about it because that whole robot taxi thing. I said I do not trust it.
Oh, don't
do
worry
not trust
about
a robot
the
taxi.
Johnny Cab from Total Recall. These things are literally the robots from iRobot with Will Smith. Have you guys seen it? Yeah, Cap, have you seen
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are unbelievable. They look similar. They're called Optimus, right? Which, you gotta love. And they say they cost $20,000 to $30,000, right? But this is crazy. But look, that's $20,000 to $30,000. But hang on, you think no. People are gonna buy these. People are gonna be having sex with these like day one. The first day.
I thought you said Dave for a minute there.
Dave is going to be having sex with this. No, but like, here's the thing, right? You think, so the thing about these cabs, right, this may be going into a different realm of Geek Battle, but I think these are going to intersect with video games, and certainly it is like iRobot and Red Dwarf and Star Trek, it's all these things becoming a reality. They said with these cars that are self-driving, if you buy one, then you can get in and say, take me to wherever, and it will take you there. But then, they've said that you can use it to make money, just as like as an Uber. So it's like, oh, I've got this car, it's earning some of its money back, because it's taking people places, right? So you're earning money from it, it will pay for itself in the end. And then you think with these robots, when suddenly you don't need to hire someone to cut the grass, you don't need to hire someone to go, or it's like, oh, I've got to get this job done, I'm going to send my robot to the shops to get some dinner. It's just like, these things, 20 or 30,000, it's actually going it will pay off itself in the end. Plus Dave is going to make sweet, sweet love to it, as he just confirmed.
Damn right. I was gonna say, like, because I made a comment about this earlier when I noticed it, that I will never trust a self-driving car because one, it assumes, if it says it's almost like that tram experiment. If there's a small row of children over there or an old woman over there, which one is it gonna hit?
iRobot, baby. This is what happens in iRobot.
So I thought of the experiment, and this was something I saw on Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson spoke about this. He said, I would love to take one of these self-driving cars to Death Road, and if it can make it from one side to the other with the passenger still alive,
What's
then
Death
we should put it
Road?
on the
What's
market.
Death Road?
Death Road is, so this is a real place. It's in Bolivia.
Yeah.
It is a very dangerous, very narrow piece of road along cliff tops. Like, get a picture of this.
Okay.
It's so scary. Like, and if you haven't, small recommendation: go watch the Top Gear Bolivia special. Me speaking about it does not do it justice, because that thing is dangerous, it is high, and loads of people fucking die.
Oh my
so
god.
Dave, like, what you're saying is that, yeah, it's dangerous. I can't sure fucking drive in that thing, so I'll be happy to take a robot to it.
What?
No,
No, Cap, you have not experienced
Okay.
Death Road. You have not seen Death Road.
No,
This is Death Road.
They're going in opposite directions. It's not one way.
It's not a one-way road. No.
No, what I'm saying is, guys, I probably won't able to drive that, so I'd be happy to give the wheel to a robot who can drive me there.
I would rather drive that road myself, because then I can be in control. I would not trust a robot. See, look, where that, if you go up, Dave,
I would not trust myself
where that
to
one with the
drive
lorry and the
that
van
road.
is, that
Oh
has
my
a
God.
waterfall, a waterfall on the side of it.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
where the rocks are, where the truck's wheels are.
Yeah.
It's like 100 or so like feet drop from
Oh
on
my
that side.
god.
Now, all I'm saying is, Dave, is like I sure won't trust myself to drive there. So I would rather let the robot do it.
See, there you go. Where the red
Okay.
Range Rover was.
Yeah,
That was Jeremy. That's
Oh my
that's from
God.
Top Gear, where Jeremy and another guy are coming round, and Jeremy is almost falling off the side because the rocks are moving under his wheels.
Oh my god. Right, guys, basically what I'd say is that isn't a scenario that's going to come up very often, to be fair. So if you're just going to the cinema and you need to hop in your self-driving car, then you could do it. But
I still say we should test them on Death Road before you test them anywhere else. That's all I want to say.
yeah.
And also with what David you said, like one thing, there's a famous writer on YouTube which I really like, who said when humans invent new things, they do two things: they innovate with it and they have sex with it. Everything they invented, they probably had to try to sleep with it. That's a story we all know. But what I'm saying is that like the amount where we think it can do cut grass and be your cookery and barber, I'm not sure we're not that there yet, because like the motor control for machines is still not that.
Wait a second, let me bring this up. I've been
Oh boy.
seeing
What's he
all
got?
of this.
What have you got?
Well, no, so you need to, like, when I saw this, I didn't know that suddenly we've got robot masters that take over the world. So let's look up Optimus. You gotta be so
Yeah,
careful
Arnold
with this.
Schwarzenegger's coming back to try to kill John Connor in a minute.
Well, no, but like, you see what these damn things are doing? It's absolutely insane. Okay, so look, I'm gonna bring up this video. Hopefully this won't get flagged.
Yeah, but
just
like
'cause-
how much of it is true?
Well, this is the
And how
thing.
much
When Elon made the announcement, he's like, "These aren't just going to be
Elon
in
makes
video."
a lot of
No,
announcements.
but look, the point is, he said, "Just go and interact with them," and so that's why there's all these viral videos. That literally, it just had people go and interact with them, and it's serving drinks. So it's just crazy what they can do. Like, what I want to know. I think the true test is what do you do, what happens if you attack one? You know, if you go and start a fight with one of these.
Prince 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah.
Robot cannot harm a human.
But it can defend itself as long as it doesn't harm you. So
I
at
would
what
say
point does it
depends on
decide?
how much muscle pressure it has. Like again, like how you program it. Are you
Enough-
if a robot?
At least enough for a hand job. That's a
I'll
minimum.
let you know the results of that experiment.
Okay, good. Dave's our tester here. Right, okay, so guys, look, we're going to have to begin, on that note, we're going to have to begin to wrap things up. But, on that note, right, this was the end of the era one. So, audience, we're not quite over yet, but, next week,
Robot hand jobs.
next week there will be the new beginning, probably mostly the same. Always going to remind everyone of that next week when it's exactly the same. But this is the beginning and the end of this version of Geek Battle, and so new format, new look, new bells and whistles, all this stuff.
No more hand jobs for Dave.
But hang on, look. Right, let's not anyway. Now, on this note, once again, so let's find out who our last Geek of the Week for this era in fact is. So, with this, we're going to have a game. And I have asked ChatGPT, our favourite robot master, to prepare a quiz. So, I will ask these questions, you will answer, and so get ready to buzz in. This is where...
Buzz.
Go on, what's the answer? If you get it, you
I'm
get 10
checking if my
points.
audio is working.
Yeah, your audio is working. Right, okay, so... Some of these will be easy, and then they're going to get harder, okay? In The Matrix, what is Neo's real name?
Buzz.
Cap.
Keanu Reeves.
No, oh, hang on, no. Neo's, not... So, I understand the ambiguity there, but not the answer I'm looking for. Dev.
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, I need a full answer. Dave, can I hand it to you? Can you give an answer?
I'm going to go to format. I'm going to go say Steve Anderson.
Oh, no points given. I was looking for Thomas Anderson. Thomas Anderson. Right, what is the name?
What kind of stupid name is that?
Exactly. What kind of stupid... Where is that quote from?
Back to the Future Part 3.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Thank you. Right, okay.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh my god, these are so easy. Right, what is... Okay. Shit, hang on. Does this give the full answer? I don't think this gives the full answers. Ah, no, okay. Right. Name 6. I need the full answer here. Name 6 of the dwarves that accompany Gandalf and Bilbo.
Buzz.
Dev, your hand was up first. Can you do it?
Oh, I thought you meant Snow White.
Okay, Dave, go for it.
Feely, Keely, Ori, Nori, Balin, Dwalin.
Okay, there you go. You get the point.
Biffa, Boffa, Boffa, Ori, Nori, Dory.
Did you miss them? How many did you get there?
Feely, Keely, Ori, Nori,
Yeah.
Balin, Dwalin, Biffa, Boffa, Bomba.
Yeah.
Dory.
You didn't use it?
No, I still got 6.
Yeah, you got 6. I think we definitely missed like, Gloin or something in there. Right, so...
Gloin.
Yeah. Anyway, now. In Harry Potter, who is the Half-Blood Prince?
Buzz.
Cap got there first.
What?
Snape.
Yes. Right, okay. In The Lord of the Rings, what is the name of the elven city where Frodo is healed?
Buzz.
Cap.
Buzz.
Cap.
Shit. Rivendell?
Yes, Rivendell. Okay.
Thanks.
What is the name of the AI antagonist in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Buzz.
Dev.
Hell 3000.
Ooh, not what I'm looking for.
9000.
I'll allow it. Close enough. Right, okay.
Yeah.
In Jurassic Park, what is the name of the island?
Buzz.
Dave.
Isla Nublar.
Yes, is the correct answer. Now we're moving on to the more difficult ones, allegedly. In The Matrix, what is the name of the ship piloted by Morpheus? Oh, come on, guys.
No Matrix people here, I think.
Really? Wow. No one? Okay, it's the Nebuchadnezzar.
Steve!
No. Right. Right. What is the motto of the Stark family in Game of Thrones? Go on, Cap.
But, forever loyal?
To be honest, I'm not. Go on, Dev.
There has been... No, I
Yeah, you gave the wrong answer, Cap. Right, Dev.
I am Iron Man.
No. Right. Cap, no points, but do you know it, Cap?
Yeah, there has not been a Stark who has...
No. It's apparently winter is coming.
Strike first, strike hard. No mercy, sir.
Exactly. I've heard that phrase, but I don't know it myself. But I don't know Game of Thrones.
That's the oath?
I don't know.
But that's more... That's just the tagline for the fucking show.
No, it says what is the motto... I don't know, do I? Look. Don't question ChatGPT, guys. Right, okay, now.
No, Dave, while we still can, I'll question as much as I want.
Until I get my robot.
Okay, right, so, what is the name of the lion in the Chronicles of Narnia?
Buzz.
Dave.
Aslan.
Okay, correct. Right. In
Got the lion
Potter,
outside, burns me.
in Harry Potter, what type of creature is Buckbeak?
Buzz.
Dave.
Hippogriff.
Oh my God, Dave's on fire. Right. What is the name
It's his
of
microphone.
what is the name of the villain in Conan the Barbarian?
Buzz.
Cat.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Buzz.
Which one?
Dev.
Which one?
Dev.
Shumagarath.
Okay, hang on. What? Right, 1 second. 15.
Which one?
I don't know, to be
Isn't
honest.
it Chigamara the type of thing that you
Look,
order
we've
at a
got 2
restaurant?
questions left. Dave is going to win anyway. So, right, let's just go for these. Right. What is the
And they
name
are
of
worth
the
20
actor
points.
that played the T-1000 in Terminator 2?
Buzz.
Cap.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Oh!
The T-1000.
Buzz.
Dev.
God, it just escaped me.
Oh no, Dave, you know.
I know the first name.
Which is?
Robert.
Yes, it is.
That's it, I got.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is the last one. Okay, in the Hunger Games, what is the name of Katniss Everdeen's sister? It's Robert Patrick. There we go. So Dave, you are this week's Geek of the Week. No, it was Primrose Everdeen, apparently. So, very quickly, guys, because we're about to encroach on extreme improv time. Where can the people find you, and what's your geeky recommendation, Dev?
They can find me on TikTok and Twitch under the name HWDT. My geek recommendation is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero on Steam and PS5.
Okay,
And
Cat.
Xbox.
You can find me on Deeds where I sing and dance and throw some of the bucket and I work with puppets. Then you can check me out on Dave's channel, Running for My Life from the Lunch Lady. I mean, she doesn't kill you. And you can also check me out on my very own Ghostbusters video. They're better than the Ghostbusters. David probably have not seen them yet, but you should see them. They're better than the Ghostbusters. Call them. And also there'll be another video on Sunday, which is again a Halloween video, but it's a such global one. So check out my channel, and also you can find me on numerous shows.
Okay, Dave.
You can find me here on Xstreamed on various shows. Check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming. Our Halloween season has begun, as Cap said. We play with Danny from Xstreamed and Cap. We play Lunch Lady. And check out tomorrow, our Resident Evil series starts, which is throughout the rest of the month. Misty and Mork, the Magical Adventures are still ongoing tonight. There's an episode. And check out my merch store, where you can kind of get my merchandise, which is based on slogans and catchphrases and characters, based on the things I've said in Dave MC Gaming. You can get your own Hoard It All mug.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and my geeky recommendation: go and read the manga Berserk.
I will read it whilst I'm Berserk. Now,
Yeah, beware of the horse scene.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, my name is David Pstansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky. Smash the subscribe button on the Geek Battle YouTube channel, as well as Geek Battle Gaming, and check us out on all platforms. Just search for Geek Battle. And with that, until next time, the new era will begin. This was the end of the era. Stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper. May the force be with you, and we are off the air.